Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
The fiercest of them. No, that's yours. I'll just go with it. The fiercest of them all.
The loudest of them all.
The what? The fairest? The fairest of them all.
Pure professionalism. Something that you have grown to know and expect from the team here at 37 Disney Street. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney pals, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. My name is Lucy. That's my hallway. This is Chris. That's Hugh. Sorry, things are happening. If you're watching us live online, the camera's bobbing about a bit and distracting me. We are all together today, which I always like, and we have got things to look at, which I always like. Did you know something that's not on the news? There's nachos at Disneyland Paris.
Nachos?
I may talk about it shortly.
Do they have a dinosaur that you can feed? That can be fed to you in?
They don't have
Then I'm not
Nachosaurus,
interested.
which is really, really sad. They don't have Nachosaurus.
Boo.
We do, but we haven't got him out today. Maybe one week, maybe one important week. What we do have that's dino related is Hugh's new T-shirt.
Yeah, I ordered this in a. I got so angry that they demolished Cementosaurus that I said this last week, that I made a T-shirt and I ordered it and it arrived a few days ago and it looks all right. You know, if I was to complain, like the way they've applied it, it's got a little warped. You know, the design's not exactly as it was, but it's fine.
So it's green and it says Dinoland USA on it.
I like it. It looks nice.
Custom tee.
Yeah, I just made it for myself to wear at the parks.
Fun times.
Dinoland USA. Logo.
We've had lots of chats about Disney outfits today. Bonnie's been trying some stuff on in the week, see what fits or what doesn't. Then we've been coming up with some new bounding ideas. It all gets very exciting. Does your family bound, Chris?
Not really, no. It's not a thing for us.
You do appropriate T-shirt choosage, don't you?
We just wear whatever we fancy wearing, really. Just dress like commoners. Commoners muck, that's us. Can I do a bit of housekeeping really quickly before I jump into stuff?
Do it, Chris.
Because you've already seen the camera moving about. We've got a new camera, and those of you who are Patreon subscribers will already know this, but we got a new camera. Thank you, Patreon subscribers, for your contributions. Have helped us get a new one. But it's got loads of AI stuff, which means that we can do things like if we do this, it'll zoom in on Lucy, which is kind of cool. And if I do it again, it should zoom back out again. So that's kind of cool, but we haven't really worked out how to use it properly yet. And it's a new toy, so we're likely to do trotting about and messing with it quite a bit. I'm just going to do this.
Oh, it's like Minority Report.
Oh, that is very clever.
Yeah, so we just need to figure out how it all works. Those of you listening, it'll make absolutely no difference whatsoever to your audio experience. But for those of you watching, the camera looks a bit better quality at the moment. And for me, it means I don't have to remember to charge an iPhone every week before we set off.
I do.
Well, Chris left his iPhone last week, so I had to remember to charge it this week.
It's currently upstairs. We need to give it back. Oh, no, it's down there. It's good.
Oh, it's just randomly zoomed in for no reason then, as well, which is kind of good.
The camera on my iPad, nowhere near as clever as this, but it tracks face when you're on Zoom, and I do like a 2-hour Zoom call on a Wednesday night, and every time I take a sip of my water, it zooms in, like I've got my own director of photography there.
Sounds right.
Yeah, and it got noticed by other people in the chat, and it's become a bit of an ongoing joke that Lucy's dramatic sip of her water and her close-up, Mr. DeMille. Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille? Anyway, do you know what? We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We've got friends here, friends in the chat, and I already see that we have at least one friend in Disneyland Paris or the vicinity themselves. Let's find out who we have.
Who are they?
Yeah, right. I'm Mark Owen. Yeah, right. To first in the chat today was Andrew.
Hello,
Andrew says afternoon
Mark.
all, and then adds or evening all. Then we have
Evening.
Crafting Costume Ken,
Oh.
who says evening. Finally back on YouTube. Yay! We'll be back for the live.
Yay!
Good to see you again. And Joey's here. Hey,
Joey.
lovelies. I'm ready for my favourite bit of the week.
Oh.
My question today is: if you had to create a Disney or Pixar film based on anywhere around the world, where would you pick? I'd choose Dublin,
Oh.
says Joey, not me.
A movie. You see, I would really like to see Southeast Asia. We're talking like Thailand, Singapore, etc., Vietnam, that kind of thing. But it was done with Raya and the Last Dragon to an extent, that kind of
A little
culture.
bit, yeah.
But that's always been my choice for the next hotel. I'd love to see an East Asian hotel. I really would. Any East Asian hotel, actually. It can be Southeast Asian. I'd like to see Japan. A Japan film would be good. Yeah, Japanese.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd like to see them tackle Birmingham in a kind of Peaky Blinders kind of Disney type way. I think it'd be quite gritty and kind of cool.
No.
I'd go for the moon.
The moon.
Ooh.
Oh, I
The
like that.
moon. That's it. That's my idea. That's my pitch.
I like that.
Thank you. Right, next in the chat we have, let's see. I'm going to scroll back up. We've got Bonnie, who's
Hello,
under
Bonnie.
Lucy's name, if you're wondering in the chat. If it says Lucy, that's Bonnie. Joy says France, even though they've already so much set there. Well,
Yeah.
Nice. Fair enough.
set it at Disneyland Paris. Go meta.
Mm.
Jen says, hey Disney pals, had a brilliant time in DLP this week. The new nighttime show is amazing.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got T'other Andrew, who says good evening.
All right, Andrew.
Crafting Costume Ken says, we'll be watching the new nighttime show tomorrow. Can't wait to see. Where do you recommend watching it from?
So there you go. That's that.
Your
We've
living room.
discovered now who the member in the chat I was talking about when I said they are in the vicinity, but they're not actually at Disneyland Paris yet. Scroll further down to find out where they are.
Andrew says, I'd love to see Pixar have a real go at the Wild West, proper Western, maybe a Davy Crockett remake, but original hero story.
Hugh,
ideally.
can I just stop you briefly?
Yes.
You appear to have set your microphone up so it's pointing at the camera instead of pointing at you. There's a there's a gauze that goes to your mouth, so you're really quiet at the moment. Because you're not actually speaking to the microphone in the right place.
I'm always quiet.
Shall I see who else is in the chat?
I'll come round and talk to it. You keep talking.
Okay.
I've done it.
So Andrew
Hello.
would love to see. Oh.
I didn't look at Hugh's mic when I was setting all the other ones up.
We're
I just left
inspired
into
by
it.
The Big Breakfast, aren't we? That kind of style of TV.
Oh yeah.
Anything can happen. We need a double bed.
It's this bit. It never tightens up.
You know, when we're never sure where to set up in our house and we've tried a few different things,
Yeah.
we should just the three of us go on our double bed like Paula Yates used to.
Oh yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Lengthening
A
out.
little bit odd.
I mean,
Hello.
we'd see like 6 chins from
There
the
he
angle,
is.
wouldn't we?
Here he is.
Yeah. Was I much quieter than usual? Because I'm always quiet. Anyway, who have
Yeah,
we
because
got?
you're going into the amber now, whereas before you were very low green.
Andrew says, so he wants to see a proper Western, maybe a Davy Crockett remake, but original hero story.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
John says, hey all, did my first mow of the year today. Here's hoping it's not false spring. Ready for some 3DS magic, 37DS magic. I did my first mow like 2 weeks ago. I'm not to brag.
2 weeks.
But it was sunny, so I did it.
I've
And
not mown yet.
He even declared, like every year he has a problem with his lawn that he has to fix and it becomes a big thing. And this week, Hugh stood at the kitchen, double windows, and looked out and he went, do you know what? That's looking pretty good.
It is. It's looking all right for the time of year.
Nice.
Lawn chat.
First mow of the year. My chat keeps scrolling to the bottom and I keep having to go up and down. Next in the chat we had, well, Bonnie was pointing out that we've been listening to the Grease 2 soundtrack.
We have whilst we were setting up.
John,
amazing.
John's there.
It was on Elaine Page today. They played one of the songs from the.
Did they?
Yeah.
We've got Ruthie in the chat. Andrew doesn't mow until all the daffodils are gone. Holidays with the Spence family are here, as is Pat. 189 days to go until our yearly DLP trip, says Pat. Jen says, we did the VIP area for our first night which was brilliant, but €24 each. On our last night, we stood on Main Street between Waltz and Market House Deli, which was the perfect spot.
Hello.
Perfect spot for was that for the nighttime spectacular or for the parade?
Yeah.
Nighttime spectacular, okay. We've watched it from there. I'll tell you, we've never ever had a spot as good as last time, but I've talked about that a lot, so I won't say it again.
Crafting Costume Ken arrived at Valderup and moving to Newport Bay tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was getting at.
Very nice.
Enjoy that crafting costume again and enjoy Newport Bay. Swanky swank.
Ooh, holiday news.
Yeah.
We've paid for our holiday, so we're definitely going this year now.
Yay!
So there isn't going to be any cancelling it now, but we're not going Rotterdam to Hull anymore because it bumped up to £650 one way.
Stupid, isn't it?
We've only
It's
just
so
paid
stupid.
for ours, haven't we?
For Walt Disney World.
It zoomed in again.
Yeah.
It's just randomly zooming in for no reason. It
Is,
was so-
is it how you're holding your hand, Huey?
No, is
'Cause
it?
you were like
Is it
that.
right? Lucy's wearing a cardigan with a glove on it, and it might think that's a hand.
Maybe it does.
Yeah, I'll be honest about ours, right? Because I pay for all the DVC stuff and then Hugh catches up the other half of the holiday. This
Yeah.
is how we kind of split it. And I got an email this week that I'd be honest, I'd forgotten about. But I turned to Hugh and went, Hugh, the balance on the hold is due. And he just looked at me like, you'd no idea that bill was coming, did you?
Well, no, because like I get paid to move money around every so often, and
You get told to. You don't get paid
I'd done
to.
it. I think just try just try folding in that glove.
Well,
Lucy,
the thing is, if you raise your hand, it follows you, so it shouldn't be.
it shouldn't be zooming in. But
you know, I'm a
let's
bit-
let's just try that.
I'm a bit hot anyway, so I'm just going to do that. See if...
Yeah, Lucy's wearing her Disneyland hotel cardigan, and it's got plushes like stuck to it, and one of them's just a Mickey Mouse glove. I've just held my hand up.
You have to hold your hand up again.
Yeah, so it'll stop.
So there you go. Now you're fine now.
Right, next in the chat we
You
have.
get used to all this.
Well, Jen says you really want to see it twice. Once close to the castle, and then again from Main Street. It's so immersive on Main Street. Cheryl says, ready for a Disney catch-up? It's sad not having a countdown. Well, you got to get yourself one.
What's
That's
your
easier
count?
said than
Have
done,
you
isn't
just
it?
said what your countdown is, Chris?
No, I haven't, and honestly, I don't know. I'll have a look on the app in a minute.
Cool.
Hello, Ed.
When I
Ed's here.
manage to sort this stuff out.
Pat says, loving the colourful themed clothing today. Y'all look very cool. And
Got a
hi
new
to
Muppet Show shirt.
Whitney. Wits Wanderlust is here. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Whitney.
Whitney.
Emily is here. Evening all. I'd probably catch up on my morning commute as it brightens my day a bit
Aww.
on a drab Monday.
Nice.
Andrew misses the big breakfast. And that's everyone in the chat.
I did. That was my early high school experience. Was getting up in the morning and putting the big breakfast on while I got ready for school.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum,
Yeah.
ba-dum, bum,
Absolutely
doo-ba-doo-ba-doo,
iconic.
dun, 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 dun.
It was.
So
I've forgotten that theme tune, but we watched a YouTube documentary about it, and or like a what do you call it? A retrospective.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that was a theme tune.
I was more the Johnny Vaughan, Denise Van Outen generation than I was the Chris Evans generation. For me, Chris Evans was Don't Forget Your Toothbrush.
I was both, I would say.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Just quick camera update for those who are bothered, particularly you people listening, because you don't know what's going on and you haven't seen the strange things happening. I've turned off the AI gestures for now until we figure them out a little bit better. So hopefully it should just stay like this from now on. There we are.
Cool.
Like this.
Just like
Bit of
just like
news.
Bit of news. No,
Bong.
I'm really. Let's do one bit of news, but I'm really
Yeah,
thirsty.
I like to get a bit of news out of the way because we do talk a lot of waffle before we actually get to the news.
especially when
Yeah.
we have technical issues.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fairest of them all. So Snow White has the movie has been released this week.
To rave reviews.
I don't know if it's my algorithm, but I don't recall a Disney movie being as trashed on social media as this one is being. And like I say, algorithms are funny because it can make you think that that's all anybody in the world is talking about.
Yeah.
But that's just your feed, so I don't know how it is. But yeah,
It snowballs. I think
Yeah.
the public conscious just decides, oh, we're all bashing this, and then there's just a pile on and it snowballs. And and then it just gets lopsided. I think because like, and that happens the other way. Like for example, I think Andor is so overrated, and it's almost like people are going, "Oh, everyone says it's good, so yeah, it is good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. Yeah." And it could happen both ways.
You also get, we are going off on something, you get a little bit of collective hysteria sometimes when a famous person dies. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we've all decided that this person is basically a saint and we're really, really sad about it, and so we're all going to talk about it, when in other situations it might not be that big. Anyway, so Snow White has become a thing. We may talk about it on the bonus show, but for now we're talking about Disneyland Paris. So what are Disneyland Paris doing to celebrate Snow White? And hold your breath for this. Collectible cards.
Whoa.
You can exhale now. No, we always, I tell you, if I was an AP holder and I lived locally, getting these collectible cards would be a genuine joy to me. But it always makes me chortle when they get these like tiny little playing cards and it's like, look what we're releasing for this huge movie. Anyway.
There should be Lorcana exclusives, really, shouldn't they? Because then they can be part of the game.
That would be so cool.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
We need to get on Lorcana. We do. We need to do videos about it because I like that kind of thing. Nice dress.
Nice dress.
My notes for the news says nice dress. So this is down to merch. They've released quite a bit of merch. They've released quite an iconic Evil Queen tee. They've got the usual kind of mugs, picture frames, a fleecy throw. They've also brought out some merchandise that was presumably already there in the park, but kind of collated it to make big Snow White stands. But the reason I've put nice dress is because they've got a really lovely looking like smoky purple cotton dress with puff sleeves and a tiny little like apple and woodland creature motif all over it.
Aww.
And when I saw it, I wrote a note to myself in my notes, and it said, it was a reminder of something to do. Can I get Snow White dress online? Because sometimes you can on Shop Disney.
Yeah.
And then I put in the comments of my own note, because I deserve it. So this is now a note to myself for the future me. Can I get the Snow White dress online? Because I deserve it. If not, I might be begging anybody I know who's going to Disneyland Paris soon to buy me the dress, and I will pay them back. We've got specialty cocktails and mocktails in the Fleur de Lis bar at the Disneyland Hotel. And guess what else? I've got
a mocktail.
Shortbread.
Shortbread.
Get in.
We've got a shortbread biscuit. I got a photo of it to show Hugh particularly because he's a big fan of, as he said last week, strong, iconic, simple graphics. And I thought, I think Hugh will like that. I'm going to show it to the camera.
Yeah, it's all right.
And then I want a Hugh review.
It is absolutely good.
So it's Snow White's silhouette in another silhouette of a black apple.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough to say?
It's okay. Make a nice T-shirt.
It would make a very nice T-shirt.
It makes a weird biscuit.
It makes...
Because it's on a square. It's a square biscuit with white icing and with a black border.
See,
and then the design in the
from
middle
here,
of
it looks like Fuzzy Felt. Do you remember Fuzzy Felt?
Yes.
When you were a kid? It looks like that.
I've also no idea how big it is, that cookie. That could be like 2 square inches, or it could be the size of your hand. I can't work it out. Anyway, so special cookies. Yay.
Biscuits.
Just while we're talking about Snow White, I saw a thing about Adriana Caselotti this week, who was Snow White
Yes.
in the original film. And she used to dress up as Snow White all the time. It was something she absolutely loved. She absolutely loved the fact that she was involved in that film and everything. But I saw her and I thought, wouldn't that be an awesome Disney bound? Because her outfit that she used to wear isn't quite the same.
Ooh, yes.
So she, instead of wearing the blue with the gold trim and the red bits on it, she wore pink with white around it where the blue was. Just a little bit different. I thought that'd be a very nice little subtle Disney band.
That's
if you
very
ever fancied something a bit different that you could
niche
get away
knowledge,
with.
isn't it? Very niche.
Guys, can we all say hello to Cody?
Hi, Cody.
Hi, Cody.
Hey, Cody, what's up? Cheryl's asked us to say hi to Cody. So hi Cody. Hope you're doing well. Gina's here for the first time. Long time listener.
Hi, Gina.
First time caller.
I love this.
Yeah,
Long time
first
listener.
time commenter. Long time
And then
listener.
they see how chaotic it is in real life.
Gina says, went to a pub in Hull. Which pub, Gina? Because we went to
We went to university in Hull. We know every
on Saturday night.
every pub.
And they were playing some 37DS approved tunes. High School the Musical, Moana, Mulan, Lion King, Wicked and Hairspray.
Yes.
I was in my happy place. I just wanted to share.
Nice.
I think I approve of all of those.
Which bars in Hull would play that kind of music, Hugh? That maybe you can preempt the answers
Mint.
you're gonna
Was
give.
it the Mint? I think the Mint's shut now. But
Yeah.
there was the Mint where I did karaoke and for the first ever time, and it was Grease. Mega Mix.
Grease, Mega
Just because
Mix.
my friends were doing it, so I jumped on stage and joined them. Don't even like that little medley of songs.
I'll be
You don't really
honest.
like that film, do you?
Even when we were teens,
Grease too old.
because we will have been teens when we went to uni, weren't we?
No, 20s.
Well, we arrived there at the age of 19, didn't we?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. But we were going to old men's pubs even then, weren't we? We were a bit spit and sawdust, us.
The White Hart down Alfred Gelder Street. Yes, know it well.
Oh.
Yeah, nice little pub that.
Mm.
It is.
I can't place it. Hugh will show me it on a map later and I'll go, yeah.
It's that little one, not far from where our halls were. Anyway.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Anyway.
Right. Let us move on. So, I am really, really thirsty. I'm putting it out there.
Hey, ole! It's showtime! All together! Your tiki 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 cup in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki 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 cup.
I think I was thinking of a different pub. Where is that? I was thinking of somewhere else. In the town centre.
It's not the big one on the corner next to Beverley Road, is it?
I don't know.
We could be some time, people.
Anyway.
I think we went to a play reading upstairs in there
Oh.
of a radio play.
We're having peach Bellini mocktail.
Peach Bellini.
Yeah, it was in one of those little bottles, so I'm not sure how much we're getting each. Not that much. But...
Thank you. I brought some food to go with it here.
Oh, me too, Chris. I got you a. It's on a spoon here. I made white chocolate stormtrooper helmet,
It's on a spoon.
chili chocolate.
Why
this
is it
time.
on a spoon?
Just, do you know what I thought? A plate seemed a bit much for this piece of chocolate, so I put it on a spoon for you.
It's a head on a spoon.
Effect.
How do these compare to the Belgian chocolate ones?
Well, dark chocolate's always better. Let's be honest. Alfred Gelder Street.
I'm going in.
It's a bit creamy.
It's good because I've got a spoon to rest the chocolate on whilst I eat half of the chocolate.
We're really obsessed with where this
They went down a pub
is.
rabbit hole and I'm
Yeah.
eating spicy chocolate. Oh, that's nice.
Oh. Okay.
Right.
Oh. Right, I know where that is. Right, thank you.
Okay. Let us move on. So, the noisiest of them all. We had another AP event this week, which every time they do one, I just get more and more FOMO. I can't tell you. And it's the Sound of Magic AP event. Now, I think that a lot of what they do here could be a forerunner to the musical event that we're getting. What's the music event called, Chris?
The music festival.
For the rest of the year.
Music festival.
Is that what it's
I
called?
think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're selling it as a this is one of the things I think is really bad. Can I just to interrupt very quickly? They are promoting it as being the Disney Music Festival, and then telling you what the tickets are for it. But I think fine if you're booking to go to Disneyland Paris and you know that it's just what the current theme is that they're promoting. That's fine. But when you look at it, you're like, oh, that means there's going to be bands playing and stuff, and I can go for £133 per person. Perfect. You know, I just feel it doesn't sit nicely with me. It does not sit nicely with me at all.
They also did that very strange advert that we watched on here, didn't they? That was just a load of young people in colourful clothes bouncing up and down and no Disney. And it was just a bit like, what are you promoting here?
Bizarre. He's down a proper rabbit hole. He's currently on Street
I
View.
found where the pub is, and it was very near to our Hall's residence, but I don't think we ever went in there.
Oh,
Our Hall's residence was around this corner.
yeah.
We never went in that pub, did we?
Let's talk about it later. I'm not
that's
sure.
it. That's the whole story.
Okay, so There might be, particularly in the live entertainment, a bit of a precursor to that. However, they also do make sure that it's very exclusive, and there are things that they did on that night that definitely will not come back because it was advertised as the one and only time it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds so good. Does this? For one night only, the Jungle Book Jive came back to Frontierland Theatre.
Ooh.
That's not what sounds so good. That sounds good, but not so amazingly good.
Didn't they bring it back for one night only last year as well?
Maybe. So that's an okay. But then at Casa del Coco, there was a mariachi band. On the riverboat landings, there was like I want to say a honky tonk band. What's like?
Bluegrass.
Yeah, like
Skiffle?
I've put skiffle band, but I don't think it was, because skiffle's a bit kind of peasanty. This was more like a honky tonk kind of men in suits, but it was like New Orleans jazz kind of thing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah. And then there was a Western themed band at the Cowboy Cookout, all in kind of long leather coats and cowboy hats. There was a harpist at Auberge de Cendrillon, but my autocorrect has called it a harvest, but it was definitely a harpist. And then there was a pirate band near Pirates of the Caribbean, and so on and so forth and such. So that kind of live music, I love it. I mean, they have a lot of it in Disney anyway, but this is why I used to love Studio One, when they'd have the 4-piece big band going on in there. Is it a big band if it's 4-piece? You know what I was on about.
A medium band.
A medium band. And then they had some, as they usually do, rare characters. And I think for the Disney geeks, this is a big draw of these AP events. They had Jiminy Cricket, the Sultan from Aladdin, who looked amazing. I want a meet and greet with the big Sultan. Hero and Go-Go from Big Hero 6. Gus Gus. And Clara Cluck. Do you know who Clara Cluck is?
Yeah.
Do you?
Is she from Stuart Little?
I don't know.
Is she?
I don't know.
I'm going to
How was
show...
that white chocolate, by the way?
It was immense.
Was it?
It was very, very tasty, and there's a nice warming going on in my mouth.
Clara Cluck.
This is...
And Donald Duck. Oh, it's that hen.
Yeah.
It's the hen, that classic hen.
The classic hen.
Yeah.
So I didn't know Clara Cluck. I think that she's one that's kind of hangs around with Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horse Collar.
Do you recognise her, Bonnie?
All right.
And all that kind
She
of
looks a
thing.
bit like a less colourful Panchito or whatever it's called, doesn't she?
Yeah. But that is super
She's
rare.
busty. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, they do like to do that with chicken breasts,
Oh,
don't
my
they?
word.
Get Chris excited. We know what he's like.
Oh, not that.
And then there was a parade which
Oh, yeah.
contained it brought out one of those splash of colour ones from last year, you know, the black and white ones with splashes of colour, and then it had music inspired by an original Disneyland parade.
Nice.
From what I can gather, a jolly good time was had by all, and I'm not jealous,
No,
not
that
one
sounds
little
great.
bit.
That sounds good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I've got to say, Joey says, Hugh, have you heard about the new Tutti Frutti Fanta at Home Bargains? Is this what I am to you people?
I love this idea that
Because I haven't, and I'm intrigued.
that someone could like catch you by the water cooler at work and go, Hugh.
Hey, Hugh, have you heard of this new Tutti Frutti Fanta at Home Bargains? I was in Home Bargains today. I didn't see it.
I like to think that everybody who watches or listens to this show spends time going into charity shops trying to find your digital cameras.
Yeah.
Looking for chilies and grass seed and stuff.
I bought a digital camera today. It was a Comedia, an Olympus Comedia 3030.
Very good.
It has a memory card in that I've never seen before. It's a very thin, 16 megabytes. I can get 10 photographs on it.
Was there anything on it?
No.
Oh.
No, it's empty.
Shame.
Well, there is now because I took a test picture in the charity shop.
Have you got the mango?
I think Lucy sat on it.
Is she?
She was keeping it warm.
Oh.
So when I was out and looking around shops and saw something that I thought, oh, Hugh would like this. Lucy bought Lucy. No, that's not my wife. That's your wife. Laura bought it for me, and this is chili mango. And I saw it, and I took a picture of it and sent it to Hugh. And by the time I'd taken the picture and sent it, Laura had gone to the counter and bought it for us. But then we got it home, and I was very disappointed to see the word mild on the side of it. But I thought if there was one type of food that completely summed us up as a
Chili
Yeah.
mango.
As a
Well, do you remember I got a bottle of tequila that was like, was it mango and chili flavoured
Yeah.
tequila? And we were like, well, that's just everything in a bottle.
This looks like it's coated in brown sugar to me.
It's like a piece of chicken.
It's like a whole mango.
While you guys chomp on that, shall we watch the video that Disney released this week, Chris? Shall we?
Oh yeah, we can.
That is odd.
It's really odd. I don't think Lucas will want me to send them back to him. Here we go.
We are creating the first ever ride-through attraction themed to the Lion King. And today, I'm thrilled to pull back the curtain here at Walt Disney Imagineering to give you the first look at the large-scale model of this stunning new attraction. Once completed, the majestic Pride Rock will serve as the gateway to an adventure-filled water attraction that will follow Simba on his
It's a
journey
flume.
from cub to king, and we can't wait for guests to experience this retelling of the classic animated film.
It's Simba's bio adventure.
Well, there's very little actual information in there. However, it's lovely that they're taking the time and the energy to release stuff like that for Disneyland Paris, because we spend so many years just speculating. I think it was back in the day, Ratatouille, they started building it before they even announced it, I think, and there was something like, and then when they eventually released concept art, everyone was like, no jokes, we can see it over the fence. So it's nice that they're taking into account for us. I'll be honest, when I first saw the video, like in Hall of Presidents, they got all the presidents, I thought, they've made an animatronic Bob Iger. Because he looked really weird. Like,
Maybe it's
it wasn't.
Bob A. Iger.
It looked like Bob A. Iger. It did.
Can I ding that?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to start dinging bad jokes now as well.
He was only. It wasn't moving much of himself, and he looked a little stiff. And also, he looks like he's been kept together by double-sided sticky tape. But
Tell you what I found interesting about it.
yes.
The responses to it from people in America.
Oh no.
Just basically going, it's just another Splash Mountain. They've run out of original ideas and all this sort of stuff. And having a
But
motorbike.
we don't have a
And
Splash
that's
Mountain.
exactly what I think, but we don't have that. We never had one, so
This is our Splash Mountain.
and it is original.
I
Exactly.
think it looks cool. Turning Pride Rock into a log flume is weird, but I like it.
And a log flume ride is something that's been long missing from the Disney parks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have given the reason that in the winter it's too cold and things freeze. And I think we have to prepare ourselves for this ride closing seasonally.
No, we've all been to the seaside and been on a log flume that's open in the like late September and freezing cold. You just get wet, don't you? You deal with it.
Yeah, but we're northerners, we're built different,
Nah, it's nonsense, is that?
I think 4 months it would be too cold for it. 4
You
months
don't.
of
You
the
just
year.
don't want to get splashed, do you? But they can turn the water levels down for
Down,
that,
yeah.
because they do it sometimes in America, I think. But yeah, so I'm really excited we're getting a log flume. I am glad that we're getting something original.
Yeah.
It's never been an IP that has excited me for Parkwise. However, I've always said that I'm not bothered what IPs are, because I trust Disney to execute them amazingly. They could do Rescuers Down Under for all I care, and they'd probably do an amazing job of it. It's theme parks are different to movies, is what I think I'm saying. So I think that's really good. I love myself a scale model. Absolutely love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when they display them and you can go to the park and you can look around them, and hopefully, given that we know now that exists, they might do what they did in Epcot, which is have a display area.
Well, they
And
will. Isn't that what's going to go where the
Zoetrope was.
isn't?
That's the belief.
John says, "Look how big that hill/mountain is." Excited. I really don't know what to think of the Iger cardigan/shirt combo, says Andrew H. I really don't know.
Hey, that cardigan and shirt combo costs more than you earn in a year.
Do you think that the top of the splash?
Threatening there, Lucy.
Do you think at the top
Don't
of the
listen to
splash it'll be backwards and Mufasa will push you, and the whole thing will be backwards?
Not
Long
Mufasa,
live-
you mean Scar.
Scar, sorry.
You mean
Yeah.
Scar, yeah.
Long live the king.
And you go backwards down the drop.
A backwards log flume.
Yeah.
Eat that, America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what's going to happen. You just
exciting.
wait and see. Although I suppose the Frozen one's got a backwards bit in it, hasn't it?
Oh, I'm excited now, Chris. That's genius. I hope that's what happens. That would be good.
Not down that kind of drop is not going to be, is it?
I think as well, them choosing to sort of announce this to get excited about it kind of covers the back that when they open Arundel and the Avenue and the new lake, there will be a big building site to the left. And I think they need to like start prepping visitors who are going for this brand new land. I think they probably need to psychologically start prepping you for that, if you get what I mean. Because we haven't had a model like this for Arundel. We didn't get a model like this for Avengers Campus, did we?
No. The other thing that's interesting about this, by the way, from a speculation point of view, I noticed today, people are saying that the announcement that he's made and the way in which he was saying we've got so many things going on at the moment, and he's basically said there's no plans for new parks at any point soon. So they've basically put the kibosh on the third park at Disneyland Paris, certainly for the time being.
I don't think that's a surprise, and I
No,
think
not at all. But it's good to know. It's kind of good to be told that, isn't it? It means we can stop speculating for a little while.
it is. I think they're also, as a company, reacting to Epic Universe. It's just they've started previews of it at Universal, so there's a lot of news about it. It hasn't opened yet, and I think that like definite no, we're not doing a new park thing might be a reaction to that. This might be the first in a series of look at all these amazing things that we are doing, because they're going to have to step up the game. And, just to go all corporate speak, the market share and the, goodwill as a company.
They've been complacent for a very long time because they haven't had direct competition. I know there's been rides and bits in parks, but they haven't had that kind of competition. And it is going to make a big difference to them. And this thing apparently coming in the UK will make a difference to DLP.
I also don't think that their brand trust is terribly high. I think that the loyal fans they've had for decades are getting a bit annoyed at the penny pinching and the cuts and the things like that. And then potential new fans have been put off with something I don't want to go into, but the whole political situations with Disney and what it represents and stuff is making them a bit prickly in certain political landscapes. And I think that basically they really just need to smooth out the PR over the next 5 years. Just
Even I, who's
make
like,
everyone happy.
a never Universal type of guy. I'm looking at the plans for Universal and going, oh, hello. That looks fun. Oh, hello to Ruben. Ruben's made their first live show.
Ruben.
Hi, Ruben.
Ruben's in our Facebook page a lot.
Welcome.
I didn't mean that in a derogatory way, by the way, Ruben. I'm just saying.
Getting all up in my Facebook page.
You post a lot on the page, and it's great. It's good to see that.
Thank you for your contributions.
Right, that's it. Slow news week, but I know that we've got trip reports to do.
This mild. This is on the strong side of mild, I would say. There's a
I
nice,
would say so too.
nice heat on this mango chili mango.
It's interesting because there's not a lot of sweetness in it, is there?
No, not overly.
It's definitely a savoury snack.
It's weird.
I don't dislike it, but it's kind of like
I like it.
they've taken some mango and then smothered it in chili powder and a bit of sugar
Yeah,
and some
the
salt.
two, they're not really combining very well. They feel like two separate things that you're eating at the same time, if you know what I mean.
But
I liked
snacks
it.
like this these are the kind of things that I'll just sit and munch on
Yeah.
quite happily. So
Lucy will never know.
Nope.
you should try it. It's mild.
Nope.
Strong side of mild.
Strong side of mild. So we're talking trip reports now then?
I think so, yeah.
Is it? Let's have a look then, shall we? Here we go. Oh no! Can we just sing in it?
Yeah.
Audience
trip roundup.
That was so discordant.
I was really flat
That
then.
was horrible.
Do you want to try again?
Audience trip. Right, okay.
3 different keys.
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh. Audience trip roundup. Nailed it.
That was all right.
Yeah, that was okay.
It was pitchy.
Clip that out, and we'll use that in the future.
What happens is every now and again, my MacBook thinks that I'm not using something, so it puts it into the cloud, and when it does that, it doesn't work on the Stream Deck, so I have to go and download it again. So that's what's happened to that track.
My
week.
phone does that with music.
Does my flipping nut.
Yep.
So
I want to hear what that sounded like.
today we have a trip report from Andrew Heaver, who's in the chat. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi there, 37 Disney Street crew. He's replying to you. Here's my trip report from a few days ago, 10th to the 11th of March. There's a lot in it, but there's a lot to cover, from the closure of Big Thunder Mountain to the new fireworks show, and hopefully some helpful tips for making the most of a very brief visit. All the best, Andrew. Here we go. Right, it's quite small on my phone, so just bear with me. Are you there, Hugh?
Yeah. It is horrible. This
Is it as horrible as the Christmas Tiki Cup song?
Hang on.
It's me. I can't do harmonies.
The second one's a lot better. Right there.
But we all sang it in unison then, didn't we?
Yeah,
but also, we retuned as we went along. Sorry, trip report, Andrew. Apologies.
Let's go.
Saturday and Sunday, we flew into Paris 2 days ahead of our Disney booking to enjoy a springtime weekend of delicious food, historic buildings, and fancy Parisian culture. The new reopened Notre Dame Cathedral was breathtakingly magnificent, and we loved the Louvre Museum. We heard lots of stories of the Louvre being overcrowded and exhausting, but we found that by going first thing in the morning and limiting ourselves to just half a day, we were able to enjoy it without becoming overwhelmed.
I'm going to do some background ambient noises.
Oh, don't.
Hey, stop shoving. Hey. It's busy today. Like that.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the Mona Lisa?
It's a bit of live Foley, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm going to keep doing it.
Monday, day one of Disney. We got up super early to catch the train. That would get us from central Paris to the parks in time for early magic hours. Not going to lie, the early alarm was grim, but our morning turned out to be so action-packed that it was worth it.
Let's go. Carry on.
Okay. We arrived at Disney. When we arrived at Disney, we used the Disney Express luggage service at Marne Valley train station.
Thank you very much.
So we could have our bags couriered over to the hotel when we went straight into the parks.
Merci beaucoup.
This made our day much easier, and I'd recommend it to anyone aiming to visit the parks before their hotel room is ready.
C'est facile.
Isn't this a little bit like, when the kids' books with the buttons you have to press?
Yeah.
We entered Walt Disney Studios at 8:30 and absolutely blitzed the place with minimal queues. By about 10 a.m, we'd done Ratatouille,
Finished.
Tower of Terror,
Finished.
Spider-Man Web Adventure, Avengers Assemble Flight Force, and had time to queue and wait for them to make a coffee. But they didn't put that in. I'm just pointing out. Had time for a coffee.
Wow.
I previously wondered whether or not to bother with the Web Adventures ride, as I'd never really been into Spider-Man, but my word, it was the most fun of any of the rides.
Best thing in the park now, except for Small World, obviously. Sorry, Small World.
I got well into the competitive web slinging. You only say that because you keep beating Hugh.
I do.
I think it's because she's got little arms. It registers. It registers more easily.
I think it's because I've got skills. That's what I think.
You say that, but
can you not accept that I'm better than you at something?
no, I can't. I can't because I am. It's a fact. Better than you at all games, and you know it.
Wow.
So there must be something
Wow.
going on in this ride.
What the hell?
I refuse to accept that you're just better at me at web slingers. I refuse.
I am.
I refuse.
I got well into competitive web slinging, and my final score totally and utterly whooped my other half score, which I might have celebrated quite a bit.
Take that.
When we then we transferred to the main park. On previous visits, I'd always rushed to Big Thunder Mountain first, which obviously wasn't possible this time. From the amount of scaffolding that was going up on the mountains, it looked like the maintenance work is going to be a much bigger and longer job than just polishing the rail tracks and dusting the rockworks.
Yes.
I don't think they'll be finished anytime soon.
Someone was asking that. Were they coming from Australia in May? Is that right? And we're like, oh, mate, don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we enjoyed a fun rattle through Phantom Manor and an early lunch at Casa de Coco before heading to Pirates of the Caribbean, which also had only a very short queue, less than 5 minutes.
Go rocking the boat.
After that, we explored the pirate caves under Adventure Isle. Does that have heartbeats in there? There's something like that.
Does it?
It does, I'm sure it does. Yeah, there's what's his name's heart in there, isn't there somewhere?
Is there? Davy Jones?
Is
Yeah,
there?
there is. Yeah, I'm sure there is. That's my one lasting memory of being there. So if it isn't true, then I was probably at Boot Hill. After that, we explored the Pirates Cave and Adventure Isle and said hello to the dragon in the cellars under Sleeping Beauty's castle and enjoyed a ride on Star Tours before dropping into the Discoveryland Theatre to watch Filler Magic. We really like this 3D show, which is a sweet and funny adventure through some of our favourite Disney songs, accompanied by a very irritable Donald Duck. It might not be at the top of everyone's to-do list, but anyone who grew up with the Disney Renaissance films of the 90s would probably enjoy the nostalgia, and it's a good chance to rest the weary feet. Exhausted, we headed to our hotel, Hotel Cheyenne, for a bit of time out. This was a good idea, although when we returned to the parks for a 5:45 dinner reservation at Cafe Agrabah, we did get caught out by lengthy queues at the park entrance security check and very nearly missed our booking. Thankfully, we did get our table, and Agrabah was very enjoyable. The food was good, and the atmosphere was perfect for anyone who grew up with Aladdin. After finishing our meal, the obvious next thing was to stroll through Aladdin's enchanted passage, walk through, which was very enchanting, and then a moonlit wander through
Very enchanting
Adventureland.
and passagey.
And passagey, yeah. And then a moonlit wander through Adventureland. I was not prepared for how beautiful it would be at night, illuminated by all the flickering lanterns. We walked right onto Indiana Jones ride, which was so much more atmospheric and scary at night. I definitely recommend riding that one in the dark. Then it was pretty much time for the nighttime fireworks show. Disney Tales of Magic probably warrants a full review in its own right, but if I was an Ofsted inspector giving it a one-line rating, I'd probably say it was good with some outstanding features.
Okay, yeah.
I used to work for Ofsted.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the enemy.
Well,
Sorry. I don't mean that.
yeah.
I think it's there for good reasons. I've just worked in a lot of schools where it's not welcome.
I used to have to. I was involved in the work from when Ofsted took over managing childminding and daycare settings from the local authorities. So I had to work through thousands of boxes of paperwork for registered childminders and put them onto the system. It was awful.
That sounds it.
Anyway, back to this trip report. The light projections, fireworks and waterworks were utterly stunning. And dovetailed into each other beautifully. And in terms of the music and storytelling, the second half was extremely good. If I'm being honest, however, the music and storytelling in the first half was a bit beige. The first half just lacked the recognisable sing-along show tunes that the old Disney Illumination show had. Thankfully, after about 10 minutes, the Buzz Lightyear sequence injected some much-needed humour, and then the rest of the show was strong with extremely crowd-pleasing songs from Coco, The Lion King and Encanto. Not The Lion King, though. No, surely not. The young kids in the crowd were clearly very excited about the Encanto segment, and that made everything so much more magical. I would encourage people to see Tales of Magic, but be prepared for the magic to take a while to get going. I like that bit of a review. Tuesday, Disney Day 2. Tuesday morning was misty in an atmospheric sort of way, which made wandering through Hotel Cheyenne's main street particularly film-like. Before we could head to the park, we needed to swing by Hotel Cheyenne's luggage room to arrange for our bags to be couriered back to the train station. There was initially some uncertainty about whether or not they could be delivered to the station in time for our 1:20 train to the airport, but Julien, the luggage room, said he would get it sorted, and bless him, he did. It might seem odd to mention this in a trip report, but these things make a real difference, especially to an anxious stress monkey like me, so credit where it's due. Julien and his team were brilliant. I think it's always worth mentioning.
Yeah.
The
Important travelling
the
for.
cast members, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Have I got that right? Yeah, cast members who make your trips. I mean, they might not hear it from us, but I imagine they're avid viewers, so they probably do. Well done, Julien. Thus reassured, we'd headed to the main park where Mickey Mouse and my personal favourite, Chip and Dale, Tick and Tack.
Tick-a-tack.
The chipmunks were stood at the main gates to greet everyone for early magic time. We headed straight to Peter Pan's flight, which had already built up a 30-minute queue, but which we thought was worth it. We then hopped onto Dumbo, the flying elephant, for a magical ride through the mist before grabbing breakfast at Cable Car Bake Shop and then enjoying Buzz Lightyear laser.
Can I just make a note on rope drop wait times? Now, if he said that he waited 30 minutes, he probably waited 30 minutes. However, big rides like Peter Pan's Flight and Big Thunder Mountain, and what else would be a big rope drop situation, do you think? Like Space Mountain.
Crush's Coaster is
Crush's
huge,
Coaster. Things like that. They know from experience that this many people are going to walk directly to that ride and get in it. So you will, if you're the first and rope drop, you'll walk towards that ride and it'll already say 30 minutes wait, because they know within 5 minutes it will be a 30-minute wait.
Yeah.
However, if you're at the front of that crowd, you might only wait 5 minutes. So they can be a bit deceptive. Now, if you get there 10 minutes after the beginning of rope drop, it will be a 30-minute wait.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. But if you're literally rope dropping something and walking towards a thing, don't have to believe what it says on it. That's just kind of predicted.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. Good.
It's like when we rope drop Flight of Passage in Florida and it said 75 minutes and we waited like about 20, did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Continue.
Before our trip, we thought that Hyperspace Mountain was supposed to be closed for maintenance, but leaving Buzz Lightyear, we heard a lot of screaming coming from Space Mountain building, so naturally, we went to investigate. Turns out it was open, and we got on with less than a 5-minute wait, which was good, because it left me with no time to chicken out. After that, we took a second ride of Star Tours and a meander through Alice's Maze before reluctantly heading back to the train station to catch a TGV back to the airport. Thankfully, our baggage had indeed arrived at Disney Express counter, so although it was unfortunate to be leaving in the middle of the day, at least we hadn't lost time heading backwards and forwards to the hotel to collect things. Overall, the trip was exhausting but brilliant. Using EMT on both days of the trip and using the Disney Express luggage service meant we got a lot out of just a day and a half. So that would be a top tip for anyone else on limited time. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Excellent.
Really good tips in there. We like tips as well as info and
Yeah.
and good reviews of the nighttime shows.
Can I just apologise if I've not read out very clearly or if I just seem a little bit spaced out today? I had an MRI this morning and it made me feel really queasy this afternoon and I felt shattered ever since as a result of it.
That's
so my
very
head's
odd,
not
isn't it?
quite switched on at the moment.
You did fine,
I think it was all right.
considering.
Considering.
As backhanded comment, you did fine, you know.
It's all right.
Considering.
You are absolutely good.
You're absolutely good.
Considering.
So I have another trip report.
What we're talking, 6 minutes? Yeah?
It's under 1,000 words.
Do it.
This is from Elliot Fenwick. The Fenwick family Disneyland Paris trip report. This feels, I think, because of the Muppet Christmas Carol stuff. It felt like it felt
The
a bit Dickensian.
Fenwick family.
The Fenwick family Disneyland Paris trip
In
report.
I'm
The
imagining
Fenwick
it.
family. What?
Disneyland Paris trip report.
The Fenwick family. Disneyland Paris trip report.
I'm imagining it is like it's the thumbnail is like a vintage postcard.
I'm really glad I've turned off the AI gestures right
Yeah.
now.
A vintage postcard of the Fenwick family all kind of jumping up Biker Grove style.
Oh, yeah.
The Fenwick family.
Yeah.
Whereas I gone Dickensian. Okay.
Okay. We
Monday the
all have different images.
Monday the 17th of March to Thursday the 20th of March. We're doing well here. We're in the same month as these trip reports today.
Wow.
Instead of being 6 months out like we normally are. Wow. It actually starts with wow. Wow. Wow.
End of trip report.
Ka-chow.
Where to even begin this trip report? This trip was really just. Oh my god! Let's start again.
Do you want me to read it because you've had an
Wow,
MRI?
no, it's like,
and
no, I think I should have to.
Your
endure.
brain is literally fried.
Wow. Where to even begin? Oh god. Wow.
That's a really good Jennifer Coolidge.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Where to even begin? This trip was truly special. I've mentioned on the post before that the last time we were there, we found out we were expecting to now go back on the 30th with our 19-month-old, and seeing the joy it brought was amazing. I'll break this down into days to get it through as quickly as I can. Day 1, travel day. Flying from Newcastle early in the morning and landing in Charles de Gaulle and jumping onto the magical shuttle. Everything went smooth and had an hour's wait for the shuttle as we had just missed one, but it wasn't to worry as little man was flat out in my arms.
Aww.
We checked into the Dreamcastle Hotel. I cannot recommend this hotel enough. Service was amazing. Hotel was clean and really well looked after. We hopped on the shuttle to Disney Village for a wander around the shops, meal at the Rainforest Cafe, and back to the hotel for an early night.
Lucy, interject.
Do.
Yeah, if you kind of want theming, but you want to save some money and not go for the Disney, not go in the Disney bubble, Magic Circus and Magic Castle are really good options. We've stayed at Magic Circus. Did you stay at Magic Castle?
I stayed at whichever one is the one that has the projections in the hallway and it keeps changing from and looks different. I think it's Magic.
I can't remember. That might. I don't think we had that. So that must be Magic Castle.
I think,
But
yeah.
they were quite highly themed. They were comfortable. They were clean. They had a good buffet breakfast. And the only difference is you have to take a 10-minute shuttle bus in on a morning.
And you don't get early magic hours.
And you don't get early magic hours.
And in all honesty, when I've priced them up, because I do sometimes go and look at those when I'm pricing up breaks, and it doesn't ever work out cheaper when you start to factor in your
special
tickets.
offers.
Well, and the fact that you get tickets on the day of arrival and day of departure.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's just it's worth looking at if you're going to go and stay 3 nights, but you're only planning on going 2 days in the parks.
We stayed in them when we had annual passes, and it was a bucket full cheaper.
Oh yeah, the hotel
the actual
cheaper.
room is
Oh, look, without a doubt, and we stayed there as our overnight the night before we went into the parks, and it was perfect. Yes. Day 2, first park day. You all right there, Lucy? We got the shuttle to Disney Village in time for the park's opening and headed straight to the studios for 9:30. I know the other park is a must first, but you'll understand why we went here first shortly. A little stroll around Toy Story Playland with our Toy Story obsessed boy. He was dressed as Woody this day and had a lot of people saying good morning to Woody to him as he passed. It was time to get in line for our first meet. Check the app and seen Jessie and friends were meeting at 10:30. It's a bit of a gamble to which queue to join, as we were hoping it would be Jessie, and Woody came out. And we weren't disappointed it was Woody, and we picked the right queue to meet him. Watching your son's face light up as he meets his heroes is something I'll cherish forever. Woody was amazing and even played with my son's little Woody doll he had with him. Yeah. Managed to join the Jessie queue and meet her straight after. And she was just amazing.
Jessie's always brilliant.
Oh, yeah, we loved.
Laura and Ollie met her outside Cowboy Cookout, and she was brilliant.
Yeah.
That's where Bonnie met her on her birthday, and she took Bonnie by the hand and went for a little walk.
Yeah, they just walked off.
Yeah. It's so lovely.
After about half an hour, we got concerned. Is she coming back? No, that's not true.
Ruben agrees. Jessie is always ace.
Yeah. So she instantly ran to him and hugged him as she could see he was in a Woody costume, and again played with Jessie doll. We took both the Jessie doll that we took. Both meets were special meets. After this, it was getting close to little man's nap time, so we picked up some pulled pork nuggets and crisps as a snack and headed for the shuttle around midday for
pulled
a little
pork nuggets.
I was just computing
I think
that.
we're missing a comma there.
Pulled pork, comma,
okay.
Nuggets. Okay.
Pulled pork nuggets sound good though.
Ooh, yeah.
We just invented something.
Spicy pulled pork nuggets.
Can I say who is not full of warmth and joy when we've met? And I think we met them twice. Have been the same both times, and that's Buzz Lightyear. He is a surly meat.
Do you know what though? Are you talking old Buzz or current Buzz? Because he just looked like he was a bit angry before as well.
I think he's got a fixed face, hasn't he, which kind of doesn't help him. But he's like his hand gesture. Maybe I think he was also in French mode. His hand gestures were very dismissive.
After nap time, it was back to the parks, and this time to the main park for Mickey's Pizza, shopping, and to catch Stars on Parade, which our son was excited to see for seeing them all go past and waving to them as they did. Day 3, second park day, up again to the parks and straight into the main park for opening. Tip, use the side entrances when it's really busy. We found the centre entrance was crammed, but the side entrances you were straight through. We headed for Frontierland as we seen Goofy was meeting at 10 outside Cowboy Cookout, and sure enough, he came out just as we were getting there, and we were first to meet him. Again, an amazing meet. Then it was off to meet Timon around the corner for 10:15. Timon.
We've never met Timon, have we?
No.
Well, that was another special meet.
Oh.
We then went on It's a Small World, to which my son was just saying, wow.
That's.
Wow.
I must say, we've got a video of Bonnie at the age of 2.
Oh.
Just literally, just like.
As we go into the final room.
Wow.
She goes, oh wow.
She's like a little tiny 2-year-old Bonnie and shit.
And
Oh.
And then I run out and Tom Mullen's going, it's a small.
Yeah, she sang it for the rest of the holiday.
I've got a video of my dad going around at the age of 78 in a similar vein. He came out singing it too.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh. Wow. I've lost it. I've lost me wow. 10:50, small world. Back to those elf and apple and then straight back to the parks. We had tea at Casa de Coco and burritos The burritos are amazing. Little man loved the popcorn chicken from there too. Then it was a case of a few last minute shopping trips, catch the parade, then back to hotel for a swim and an early night ready for home time the next day. Day 4, travel home, boo. Up and out early for the magical shuttle to the airport. Scanned for our skip tax at the airport. Very straightforward and worth it. Everyone says this. Do it. Do your skip tax. Then to the gate to fly home, landing back in Newcastle for 2 p.m. Overall, a truly amazing holiday. One downer is the shuttle buses at the times from the hotel to the park. They can get overcrowded, and no one really seems to care how long you've been waiting or if you have a little one. I noticed one man forcefully pushing women off and shouting at them so he could get off at the point we decided to get a taxi. Don't blame me. That was the only downer on a special trip with glorious sunshine every day, not a cloud in the sky. We found going back for a nap around midday was a great way to recharge our batteries and our little one to get a full nap without any disturbances. We cannot wait to get back soon. Thank you to you guys for your amazing podcast and all the help you give us is very much appreciated. Much love, the Fenwicks.
That's classic Disney bubble bursting there when you get to the airport and that's happening.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It just occurred to me that you got me some rather gorgeous Christmas presents last time we went to Disneyland Paris, and you won't have skip taxed them, will you? Because I do the admin around that.
Nope.
It would have been worth it. But also, I can see why you didn't, because I do the admin and it would have given away the birthday present. Christmas present.
What are you going to do?
Do your skip tax, everybody. I think that brings us to the end of our hour. It's been a joyous one, hasn't that been fun again?
It has, yeah.
Kind of.
I feel a little bit spaced out, if I'm honest.
Oh, no.
Best way to be.
So thank you very much for joining us. We're going to do another 20 minutes on Patreon now.
We're going to watch, I think, we're going to watch the Snow White trailer and the Stitch trailer.
Snow White trailer, Stitch trailer, and we're going to talk Snow White stuff a little bit,
Did you see
maybe, as much as we want to.
Did you know that, Chris, in the message?
Yeah, I did. I was just acting surprised to make it.
Oh, so that's very
I was doing it
convincing.
for effect, yeah.
So if you would like to join us on Patreon, you can do so for £3 a month, and you help buy
Things
cameras.
like this weird camera
Cameras that follow you around the room and other such things. And you just get another 20 minutes of us smiling at you and being grateful. So thank you very much. I've been Lucy. These have been the boys. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. Good night. I've pressed the finish button. It doesn't appear to be doing anything.
See ya.
Should we sing this as well?